good to see you this evening. So you're going to continue pursuing legal action, are you, despite that ruling yesterday?
Yes, we're pursuing legal action through the planning enforcement route. So we're going for currently issued a notice, a planning contravention notice, which has been issued on the owners of the hotel as well as the Home Office.
Why not wait until October, just a few weeks' time, when that full hearing is going to take place?
Because we've got to act quickly, because we've got massive pressures on our public services, such as doctor surgeries, medical facilities, schools, also housing pressures. We're currently living through a housing crisis. We can't turn a blind eye to this. We've got to listen to the residents of Broxbourne. And having said that, we're pursuing one course of action, but when there's further legal hearings in October, that could open up certainly another channel for us, which we could consider at the time. So we can't wait for this any longer.
The hotel that you're talking about has housed asylum seekers for a long time. Why are you only taking action now?
Well, it's housed it for about 3 years. The reason we're taking sort of action now, we did look at action in the early days, and there were several cases around the country. A couple of them were unsuccessful, and at the time we didn't see what the pressures were on our housing stock, our services, and as time's gone on, those pressures have built up, and it's now time to act.
So if the asylum seekers did leave, where would they go?
Well, that's a decision for the Home Office to take. That's not a decision for this council. The only time this council has to consider that, and it's one of the pressures, when their application for asylum has been assessed, they're sent to us, and we have a statutory obligation to look at housing them. In terms of where they can go now, that's something for the Home Office to consider. Where I would say they can go now is detention centres. The Home Office needs to look at building or opening detention centres to hold them in secure places. We don't know who these people are. We don't know who are walking around the streets of Broxbourne. We have to protect the public.
Yeah, they were used before, weren't they, unsuccessfully? Those MOD sites deemed unsuitable in Cambridgeshire, Kent, elsewhere. Other ideas like the Bibby Stockholm didn't work. These people have got to be looked after while their claims are going through. They've got to be housed somewhere. But it's a case of not in my backyard, is this?
No, not at all. Yeah, as far as we're concerned, there are too many strains and pressures on our public services. We've got to protect the people that are already here. If other areas, there's plenty of other areas, there's lots of Labour councils that I'm sure would be willing to take them. Their government want to take more of them. They don't seem to have any plans
it was
or
your
ideas
government that
how
first
to
started
stop.
using. It was the Conservative government that first started using asylum hotels.
Well, our government was faced with an ever-growing asylum problem with thousands of people crossing the channel every day, and our government took action. It came up with the Rwanda scheme. This government has ditched that scheme and exacerbated.
Sorry to interrupt. We are short of time. I was just going to say Rwanda didn't work though. £290 million it cost, and no one was deported.
But it stemmed the flow of the boats crossing the channel, and that's the most important thing. When this government ditched it, this government came in office over 14 months ago. They ditched the Rwanda scheme. They said they were going to stop the boats. They've done nothing of the sort. And I want to know, while you're interviewing me tonight, and I'd like to know where the Home Secretary is, Yvette Cooper. She should be on your show taking difficult questions, because she's got the job of solving this problem.
Well,
and
she's
got
also
former
said...
Labour cabinet members...
Yeah, sorry, she's also said that she wants these hotels closed, exactly the same as you, but it needs to happen in an orderly manner so that chaos doesn't ensue.
Feeble words from the Home Secretary, I'm afraid, Jonathan. Feeble words. She needs strong action to stop the boats in the first place. And one of the problems we're suffering here, the whole asylum process is I mean, the way things are dealt with, there is no proper system with asylum, because we end up in a situation when their application's been assessed and they're turned down to be able to stay in the UK. The doors are open of the hotel, they're sent out, there's no deportations. We have got a shambolic asylum system, and it needs fixing. At the moment, it's broken, and we need to fix it in this country. And it's the job of this government, who were elected 14 months ago. The Conservatives paid the price at the last election. It's Labour's turn. Let's see what they're doing, and they're not doing much at the moment.
The
Our
Archbishop
government
of
come
York
up
has
with
said to
a
Sky
number of ideas.
Yeah. Archbishop of York has said to Sky News today, mass deportation won't solve the problem of illegal migration. Any thoughts for the Archbishop?
Well, I've always said the clergy shouldn't interfere in politics. I mean, Margaret Thatcher was a big believer of that. I mean, I'm going to church in about half an hour, and I know at the demonstrations last night in Broxbourne, I had my local parish priest. But I personally think the clergy shouldn't interfere in politics.
OK. Councillor Paul Mason, thank you for your time.
Thank you.